Hi, everybody. My name is Anthony Hines. For the last 40 plus years, I've been trying to help everybody I can with their job search, with their career progression, and with everything I could do to help them to get ahead so that they can become successful in their life and also um, have a great overall career. So, what I'm going to talk today about are some of the things that get into people's heads regarding the things that kind of stall their progress regarding their job search. I want to talk first to some of the people that are just starting out in their career. Um, let's understand one thing, everybody. Starting out in your career can happen in many different ways. A lot of colleges, to get you to join that college and to get you to go there and pay tuition, set a lot of these freshmen up with very impossible expectations because they want them to pay them a lot of money for 4 years and go to the school. And they tell them, don't worry, when you graduate, you're going to make X amount of dollars. So you're going to have this level of job and the like. Well, you know why they're doing that? They're doing that so you'll stay there. They're doing that so that you'll go to that school. Because you know what? If you want that to happen, I'm going to tell you how to make it happen. But understand one thing, when you're hearing that as a freshman, they're just trying to make you stay at the school. Their statistics, their promises, everything, it's based on the past. It's not based on today. So the reality is, take that information with a grain of salt because the reality is, it may not be true today. Okay? Now, regarding college, obviously, when you go to college, it's about getting good grades, no doubt about it. But what is it really about? It's about the ability to close things, the ability to be on schedules, the ability to have solutions, the ability to finish a class, to show results, the ability to meet people and develop communications and skills, as well as relationship management. You know why? Because guess what? Your classmates, they're all going to get jobs, right? So if you were a classmate, why not get to know as many people as you can? Because you never know. They could be working with you at your next company or your first company. So let's look at college as a place to develop your communication skills, develop your organizational skills, develop your confidence, learn and be educated, but also to maintain and grow on relationships because that is what's going to make the difference. I don't care about artificial intelligence. When it comes to getting anything regarding your career, you need those things: communication skills, relationship management, confidence, your ability to provide results, and your ability to understand what needs to be done and what is the time frame. These are things that you need. Nothing to be afraid of. It's just things that you need. So when we talk about college and we think about what the everything that college gives you, that's all great. Remember, I just told you the way you should look at college and have your classmates look at college. Now, I want you, when you're in college, develop your LinkedIn profile. Okay? Maybe it has small jobs from your summers when you were in high school. Maybe it has jobs that you did part time for family members. Maybe it has other work, but all work, whether it's part time, whether it's full time, whether it happened during a summer, it matters. You know why? Because you had to get up every morning, you had to fulfill a schedule, you had to probably deal with customers, you probably had to deal with deadlines. You probably had to deal with timelines, and you probably had to deal with various pressures. So don't be discounting these things because these things matter. I don't care if you're selling in a retail establishment or if you're delivering newspapers. Like if you look at delivering newspapers, right? That's account management, customer service, stress management, because you got to get the papers out, right? It's time management, because you don't want it to take too long. It's also organizational skills. If snow is coming, you want to get all the papers out before the snow comes. You think about these skills. These skills are all transferable. They're all transferable to your next job. They're all transferable. People say, oh, it's just delivering papers. There is no just in any job. There are important aspects that come with every single job, irrelevant of what the job is. What are the skills that you're learning, right? So if you're in college, go develop that LinkedIn profile and take all those small jobs that you had and put those in as your experiences, because you know what? They are experiences. All right. Let's not downplay stuff. Let's not diminish stuff. The biggest, the biggest hindrance of a person's career is the person's perception that something isn't a big deal. You know what? Everything you do is a big deal. Humility is the enemy of the job seeker. Everything you do is a big deal. Why? Because you did it. It's part of your experience. It's part of what you've done. It's part of your success. But if you make it a small deal, who's making it a small deal? You, not anybody else. If you go into an interview and you start talking about when you were delivering papers, how you increase business by 25%, how you got more customers in the area to buy papers, what do you think that hiring manager is going to say? This person has the ability to grow my business. It's not relevant how you did it, what you did. What's relevant is you did it. And then you don't downplay. You don't downplay. You don't downplay. You are your own solution. You are the best solution. You are your best solution. You know, when I watch sports, I've watched sports all my life, and all my friends and everybody growing up, we all watch sports. But let me tell you what sports taught me. It taught me confidence. It taught me living in the moment. It taught me how to interview. It taught me projecting confidence, not in bragging, but in objective results. That's what it did. Embrace that mentality. If you do that, you're going to do better in your interviews. You're going to do better in your communication. You're going to do better in your networking. You're going to do better everywhere. But if you don't embrace yourself as that solution, it's not going to happen. Okay? So the fact is, everything you do matters. Everything you do is important. Everything you do is part of what makes you you. Okay. So the fact is, it's about how you package that experience to bring it to your communications, bring it to your interviews, bring it to your world. But you first have to not diminish its value, because how can you present it to a hiring manager or someone like that if you've already diminished the value? Stop diminishing your results. Stop diminishing your successes. Stop thinking it's no big deal. Everything is a big deal. You know why? Because you did it. That's why. It's you that did it. Do not diminish. Okay? Whether it's gain customers, whether it's customer service, Carolyn, for you, whether it was helping to do the suppliers to make sure they were all happy in Indiana, you did that, Carol. So it's not really relevant about how it fits today, other than it was a success. My point is, click in your head to have the success. Click in your head to understand the importance of everything you did. Okay? Next. Let's say you're in college and you're just starting out, you don't know what you want to do. Let's widen the net. Widen the net. Number one, every single classmate, every single person you did casework with in project management, I want them and I want you to recommend them on their LinkedIn profile and I want them to recommend you on your LinkedIn profile. How do you think that profile is going to look if 50 of your classmates wrote recommendations about you and you wrote a bunch of recommendations for other people? How do you think that's going to look when a hiring manager in their first job sees 20 or 30 recommendations because the classmates said, we worked together in this class, we built a great case study for this, we did this work, we came in with the project, we were the first group, we got a very high mark. The reality is, what are you doing? You're playing up your success. It doesn't matter where your success or what in time in your life that the success happens. It happens. So you never diminish your success. If you're in college, I want you to recommend each other all on LinkedIn, and I want you to get out there, and I want you to talk well about all your teammates. I want them to talk well with you. Getting a job is a group effort. Okay? Getting a job is a group effort. You're not alone in the Amazon jungle chasing snakes. It's a group effort. The bigger you make the group, the better you do in helping to gain your success. So, build your LinkedIn profile. Carolyn, all your people at Hachette, you've got to make sure they're all recommended you. All the people that you work at the salt, they need to make sure you got to reach out to them and and make sure they recommend you. But you want to know how to do that, Carolyn? You do that by recommending them first. Got it? Because LinkedIn's going to come out and say, "Would you like to recommend John?" Or excuse me, LinkedIn's going to go to John, the person you recommended. Going to say, "Would you like to recommend Carolyn?" Okay. So guess what? Now you may put a bunch of recommendations out. You're going to get a bunch back. Now, how's your profile look? You think that doesn't matter? Okay. Here's what you do. You get an interview before your interview. And guys, I'm telling you this as college students too. If you get an interview, I want you to print out all the recommendations that you got from all your classmates, your teachers, everybody in college, the people that you worked with when you did your retail job, all your recommendations. You print them out. You bring multiple packages to the interviews. And when it gets quiet in the interview, nobody's talking, you take that little packet and say, you know, you may have not had a chance to check my profile, but guess what? Here are my recommendations. It's this thick because it's got that many people. Guess what? You think it's going to enter? You think it's going to matter? You think it's going to help you? You think it's not going to help you? Well, every day you diminish your results. That's not going to help you. All right? All right. So I go back to my college kids again. But, a lot of this stuff is transferable to people as they're growing their career. Remember, get the recommendations by recommending people proactively. They come back and recommend you. You print them, you bring them with you as part of your packet for your interviews when you go to an interview, and you hand it to the hiring manager and say, you may have not had a chance to look at that. Here you go. Right? What do you got to lose? Person goes, whoa. It's not going to happen? Person's not going to say, whoa? Of course they are. Of course they're going to say, whoa. All right. Next thing. College kids. You paid your school a lot of money. Carolyn, you paid your college a lot of money. I want you to go back to your career center. Whether you're a graduate, whether you've been gone 25 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, I want you to go and go back to the career center. Why? You paid that college a lot of money. Don't you think they should help you? Don't you think you're owed their help? But if you don't ask, guess what? Somebody else is getting their help. Go back and get their help. The career centers are not just for the current students. They're for the graduates. They're for the alumni. Because guess what? The career center wants the alumni to get a job. You know why? So they can give money back to the school. If you get a great job, the alumni is going to be very happy. The career center is going to be happy because you're going to be making donations back to the school. Am I right? Does it all work? Does it all make sense, everybody? All right. But you got to be the one to go to the career center, and you got to be the one to act, and you got to be the one to make it happen. But you're not doing it because you're begging. You're doing it because you deserve it. You paid the money. You deserve their help. That's what they're there for. Make them work. Stop stopping yourself. Go get it. You take it. You get what you deserve. Give yourself credit. Get what you deserve. Next. Let's say you're a graduate coming out of college. You know what? The grass in a lot of your neighbors needs to be cut. How about developing a landscaping business? I don't care if you get a little small mower and you go to 5 houses in the neighborhood. You're starting a business. And then as you go to interviews, you say, well, I looked around and I saw that people needed their lawns mowed. So I started mowing lawns around my neighborhood and helping people. Then I started shoveling snow, helping people by shoveling snow. What do you think the hiring manager is going to think of you when you're developing your landscaping on the side, you're shoveling snow on the side, you see a need? What the person's saying to themselves is, this person sees a need, they feel the need. Okay? Plus, you're going to make money on the side doing this. And you know what? A lot of people start side businesses because they think, oh, I'll just do this for a while. And then when you have 10 crews doing landscaping or 7 trucks doing shoveling and plowing, I guess that business did pretty well. So it's not about just what the college says that you're going to have as a path. It's about how are you going to do it? Who is you? Who are you? What are your skills? How are you going to do it? Okay? Landscaping, professional services, cleaning, house cleaning. You don't think there's a shortage of house cleaners? Do you want to think about that? The reality is, you're doing this. This is the current skill. It's like it's your new job. And then if you get a job in the office and maybe you do houses on the side, guess what? You're still showing them that you're doing other things to get by, doing other things based on the need of the area. Right? Another thing for college students, I want you to get a job in retail. I'll tell you why. In a lot of the retail centers, whether it's Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, maybe some of your supermarkets in the area, they have regional offices. Well, guess what? When they're looking for somebody in accounting, do you think it's going to help you if you apply if you're working at a store? Well, guess what? If you are working in the store, you understand some of the accounting principles of the business by working in the store, right? So my point is, retail develops your customer service, your ability to handle stress, time management, and also develops your confidence. But it helps you as an possible inroad to the regional office because you're going to know how the business works. Don't run away from retail. Retail is your friend. Let it be your first job. Let it be the place. And then after you leave, or maybe you don't, maybe you get your own franchise. Because it happened to me when I was working retail. I got offered my own store. Why? Because every time they called me on my day off, I would go in during my high school. I would go in. Now, I didn't do it because I took another opportunity, but the reality was, retail is not a bad thing, but it's not something to ever poo poo or ever downplay. All money is green, everybody. All money is green. How do you get it? Do it. As I said, landscaping, professional services. Also, if you're not that great a student and you don't want to study, what about the trades? You don't think with all of these companies building data centers, what do you think with all this building going on all over the country, they're not going to need tradesmen, carpenters, plumbers, people to do sheetrock, you name it. Even, remember I told you about cleanup? How about you have that house cleanup thing, the house cleanup business? Maybe you expand that into an industrial cleanup in construction sites over time. See how it all comes together, everybody? The reality is, it's not about what doors are closed. It's about the doors that you're going to pull open, right? It's about the doors that you're going to be recognized in. It's about understanding that your progress is based on your ability to communicate, your ability to make a difference, your ability to leave a great impression. But I just gave you a bunch of ideas. And you know what, guys? Something else I tell college kids. Go work on a cruise ship for a year. You want to learn customer service skills? You want to see the world? You want to meet a lot of people? You're going to meet new people every week. How about that? Work on a cruise ship. There's an idea. And how about that as a unique college experience, but also a unique discussion in with hiring managers, right? Never, ever, ever having a unique experience as part of your resume and LinkedIn profile, because that's something you can talk about. Also, those side businesses, be proud of them. Don't run away from them. Be proud of them. Okay? Because they're success. They're stories of success. So these are the things that have to work for you. They're stories of success. It's irrelevant what the field is. It's irrelevant what happened. How does it end? It's a success. Okay? Now, what about volunteering in the community? Well, the American Heart Association had a walk and they spent all kinds of money. But I spent a lot of hours helping to organize that. What does that show? Community involvement. It shows organizational skills. It shows leadership ability. It shows vision. Remember, a lot of people, everybody has sight, but not everybody has vision, right? So the reality is, how are you using your time other than applying for jobs? Are you working in the community? Are you volunteering? Are you learning? Are you going online and becoming the best candidate possible? Are you developing a possible business that was always a dream? Remember, job search has two aspects. Two aspects. One, get a job. Two, develop your dream. Maybe they're both. Maybe they're not both right away. But over time, developing a dream is always going to be part of it. Getting a job, developing a dream. Two things. Job searches have many aspects, but developing your dream never leaves. It's what drives you. Everybody has a dream. You never deny yourself the dream. Students, I gave you a lot of ideas. I told you what to do to not have worries about AI and that you'll never get a job. Another thing you could do is go around the neighborhood, see if there are neighbors or family members that have small businesses that maybe they need their billing done. Maybe they need a project managed, small scale project. Guess what? If you do it, it's experience. If you've started to do billing, suddenly you'll do accounting. Guess what? You now have accounting and billing experience. How many small businesses do you think need people to go out and actually do the bills because they're too busy doing work and they don't do bills? How much is that? Again, what are the gaps? Fill the gaps. If you fill the gaps, that's experience too. Make it happen. I've given you a lot today. Let's not be worried about getting that next job. Let's not have fear. Jump in the pool. You got to make it happen. Remember one thing, everybody. I'll say this a lot. Remember one thing. Humility is the enemy of the job seeker. So you never, ever, ever let it get away in your way. Also, negativity. Get rid of them. You got people that are negative. They have no time in your life. They're taking your energy. Put them aside. Put them away. They're not worthy of your time. Okay? Remember this, my final words. Godzilla doesn't walk by buildings, right? Well, Godzilla doesn't sidestep buildings when Godzilla is walking through Tokyo. What does Godzilla do? Godzilla knocks down buildings. Because guess what? Things that are blocking you, you knock them down, just like Godzilla would in Tokyo. Okay? There's a lot of lessons and a lot of things you watch, and a lot of things you've seen, and a lot of things in your life. Bring those lessons into your challenges. And remember, Godzilla does not sidestep buildings. Think about it. Everybody have a great day. This is Anthony Hines. I'll be back again. We'll be doing more of these. And please get out and become a subscriber. You want to get the both levels of my subscription at my YouTube page, but also get my podcast. It's great, and also join my LinkedIn group. I'm posting 50 jobs a day that keeps coming into my feed. I'm posting them every day in my LinkedIn group. Go out there and get them. Check it out. Hey, Carolyn, if you're still there, I hope I helped you. If you want to have a call, let's talk. But you got a lot of stuff today. I hope some of it helped. Everybody else, please put feedback in the comments. Be great to hear it. But also understand that I'm here to support you. I believe in you. And just understand you have experience, you have education, you have perseverance skills, you have the ability to make things happen, you have the ability to get back on the top of the world. You will be there. The fact is, go get what you deserve. And also, understand you have relationships, you have connections. I want you to get out there and post all the time on LinkedIn. Get visible, get in groups, post every day, articles, whatever. Talk about your industry. Get out there. Let people know you're there. You know what? A lot of career ascension is about a coming out party. No time to be in the closet. No time to be sitting back. No time to allow others to take opportunities. It's your time. You. YOU. Not everybody else. That was their time before. It's your time. You embrace that, good things are going to happen. Guys, I keep my advice very basic because these things are forgotten by people, but I don't forget them ever. And I ram it. I keep telling you and telling you and telling you the same thing. But when you're done listening to what I say, you can take on the world. You know why? Because I reinforce what you already know about yourself that you may have forgotten. Guess what? You're not forgetting it anymore. I'm going to reinforce it. Everybody have a great day. This is Anthony Hines. Good luck. Stay well. And be careful out there in the winter weather or wherever you are, or watch out to make sure you stay safe.